Hello everyone, this is coadb.com, or the Coat of Arms database, and today we are briefly going to discuss 8 different coats of arms in Danish families. But before we get started, we wanted to let you know that we offer genealogy and ancestral research services. Please visit the link in our description. We are typically able to trace your family's ancestry back several hundred years, and in some instances, we are able to match your ancestors up with the coat of arms. The first family to discuss is that of Barrigard. On the left, we see the progenitor of this family, Enevald Nelson Barrigard, born 1653, who was knighted in 1726. He was a counselor of justice and the mayor of Thisted. His son, Christian Frederick, bought Borby Castle, and his other son, Frederick, was a lieutenant colonel. On the right, we see one of their descendants, Ferdinand Henrik Barrigard, born 1827, a Danish officer and chamberlain who fought in the Second Schleswig War of 1864, for which he received the Medal of Remembrance. Next is Vind. Vind is a noble Danish family who traces its ancestry to Henrik Vind, who lived in the 16th century. His son, Christian Vind, was sheriff at Copenhagen Castle. On the left, we see Jørgen Vind, born 1593, a Danish naval admiral, and on the right, we see his brother, Ivar Vind, a Danish counselor who made missions to Brandenburg, Russia, Bremen, Mecklenburg, and Norway. He was made Knight of the Order of the Elephant in 1648. Next is Marzman, a Danish family whose earliest known ancestor was Johannes Marzman, who lived in the early 14th century. Jørgen Marzman, who died in 1524, was chancellor under King Hans and King Christian II. His grandson, Jørgen Marzman, was sheriff at Trenikar and served in the war against Sweden in 1568 as a field commander. On the left, we see Ellen Marzman, his daughter, who was the mother of King Christian IV's wife. On the right, we see Karen Marzman, who lived in the 17th century. Next is the Skeel family, an old Danish noble family whose first known member was Johannes Skeel, documented in 1366. We know the coat of arms was in use in Zealand and Scania in the prior century. On the right, we see Barrigard Castle in the north of Jutland, which was owned by a woman named Ingeborg Skeel, who lived in the 16th century. She owned many estates, and it is said that she haunts the castle. Then we see Mogens Skeel, born 1651, a Danish nobleman, county official, and author. And the next family is Oxhome. The Oxhome family descends from Lawrence Oxhome, who died in the year 1768. He was a war counselor who was the father of Lieutenant General Peter Lotharius Oxhome, the governor of the Danish West Indies. Peter's children were admitted to the Danish nobility by patent on June 24, 1840. Brockenhoose. The Brockenhoose family is an ancient Danish noble family whose first documented member was Gottschalk Brockenhoose, who was documented in the year 1397. Johann Brockenhoose who died in 1545, was sheriff at Krogen, and his son Ati was an administrator in the treasury of King Frederick II of Denmark and Norway. On the right, we see Brigitte Brockenhoose, born 1580, daughter of Larids, and the granddaughter of Frans Mikkelsen Brockenhoose. She married Jacob Ulfeldt and had 11 children with him. Next is Niergaard. The progenitor of this family was Thomas Madsen Niergaard, born 1652. Two of his descendants, the brothers Jens Brun de Newgaard, was a state councilor and deputy district judge, and Johann Thomas Niergaard was a chancellor, and both of these brothers were ennobled in 1780. On the left, we see Johann Valdemar Niergaard, born 1810, a general of the Royal Danish Army and Minister of War. On the right, we see Joachim Brun de Niergaard, born 1877, a Danish composer. And lastly, we mention Egil Bruno W. de Niergaard, born 1913, who was a Danish resistance fighter during World War II. He was executed by Nazis in 1945, and here we see his coffin that was taken to his funeral in Skalskor. And lastly, for the purposes of this video, the Newth family. The Newth family descends from two brothers, Adam Levin Newth, born 1648, who is seen, and Egert Christopher Newth, who came to Denmark from Mecklenburg. Christopher is depicted on the left. They descend from a family that traces its lineage to Ivan Newth, who died in 1500, who possibly descended from a knight named Henricus Newt, who was documented in the year 1236. One of their descendants, Eger Christoph Newth, depicted on the right, was a colonel in the military and was appointed to the Privy Council in 1776. If you enjoyed this video and would like to learn who your ancestors were and whether or not they owned a coat of arms, please visit us at coadb.com, link in the description. We also offer high-resolution digital JPEG images of coats of arms, over 30,000 of them, for $13.99 each. And we offer merchandise such as t-shirts, mugs, posters, and canvas prints. Thank you very much.